This is a very interesting scene. Ironically, the moon is not a chaotic place at all, but rather a very peaceful grassy field with a large tree in the center. You may feel uneasy at first since the world still shakes due to the moon, but don't worry, as time is simply paused here, so there's no need to hurry or panic. The circular area is surrounded by invisible walls that clang when you strike them with your sword. Oops, technical error. When you're done messing around, go ahead and approach the giant tree. There are 5 children you'll find here, and the one sitting at the base of the tree is wearing Majora's mask, and leads to the final boss battle. The other children are wearing the masks of the bosses that we've already defeated. Speaking with them will lead to pieces of heart and eventually the best mask in the game. In order for this to work, you'll have to have collected all 20 of the regular masks in the game, because these kids demand that you give them some to play with them. Don't worry, when you go back in time, you will have your masks back, so go ahead and fork them over if you like. However, I do recommend you hold on to the Mask of Truth, the Bunny Hood, and the Blast Mask for as long as possible, and you'll see why soon enough. You can then do the 4 boss children in any order, but I will be doing them in the order of the temples we have completed, meaning the Odolwa child first. He only wants 1 mask, so give it to him, and then after a few creepy statements, he'll take you to a small dungeon with deadly traps. Dun dun dun. You can step in the blue light to return to the moon if you cannot complete this dungeon, so don't worry too much about it. You want to use the Deku Flower here to reach the ones on the spinning platforms. Now you'll notice that there are lots of gossip stones here, and if you have the Mask of Truth, you can speak with them to get clues about the locations of the 20 regular masks in the game. If you've been following along with me, you should already have them. You can also check out our website to see a listing of all the masks and how to get them, or look at our Gossip Stone quotes page to see what they all say, rather than hunting them all down here. Whatever makes you happy. At this point, you can either fly to the one of the side platforms or fly to the next spinning platform. Either way, once you do that, you want to get to the next spinning platform and quickly dive into the flower there before the spike logs knock you down, and once you are safely dived into it, shoot up and reach the far corner where you will find a piece of heart. I don't really explain this so much, but the pink Deku Flowers don't shoot you up very far, while the yellow ones shoot you up higher and last longer. You have a longer flying time with the yellow Deku Flowers. They never actually explain this, but to get to the end, you need to fly into the spinning yellow Deku Flower and use it to fly to the far northwest corner of the room, flying over top of the tree branches to reach the door. Inside, speak with the Odolwa child and toss him another mask. So the children all ask you these rhetorical questions and make strange statements. It's interesting because they're quite vague, and it almost feels like it's, the spirit that resides within Majora's Mask speaking either about itself, or about Link, or about the player who's controlling Link, so about you. Perhaps all 3. Now, Nintendo has said repeatedly that the mystery in Zelda games is part of what truly makes it Zelda. If it didn't have mystery, it would not be Zelda at all. The feeling of adventure and mystery and exploration is what it's all about, so they purposefully leave things vague so it feels like a legend. It feels magical and mysterious. So they make it vague on purpose. Like the timeline. Excuse me. Now, the next child on my bucket list is the Goat Child, who requires 2 masks. Greedy kid. So once again, you can step into the blue light to return to the moon. Now here we have a Goron rolling maze as the goat dungeon, it can be pretty confusing, and I have made a little map to help make it easier though. You want to face straight forward and while rolling, and once you take off, you want to just keep holding A, but do not move the analog stick. Either just keep holding it all the way forward or let go. Just keep holding A. So you'll bonk off the chests, and you'll automatically just keep going straight because they're at 90-degree angles, and you'll continually rolling along the path. Now, once you reach this certain point, you'll obviously want to steer. This is very difficult, and you may find it easier to simply stop and then charge up again after the gap, or you can go across the little bridges that are in the middle, as you can see on the map. So whatever works for you. You just want to keep following this path, and you'll eventually come to a piece of heart. Now this is the part that's confusing. The path that's laid out for us leads in a circle, so you'll have to stop and look around to find the end. Now from here, you just want to roll forward, and this leads straight back to the beginning. Now I'm looking ahead so that you can see that the blue light, that the portals us back to the moon, so that's the wrong way. Instead, you want to go to the central pavilion with the gossip stones, and you'll see that there's an icy dealio thing in the distance. You want to charge up your roll here and cross the gap. If you're low on magic, you can slash the stalagmites here and to restore it, and inside you want to talk to the kid to give up 2 more masks. Why? Why me? So, although these children are wearing masks, it's pretty obvious that they greatly resemble the mask salesman, or a younger version of the mask salesman anyway, which is kind of ironic because the mask salesman is the one trying to kill them, in a way, you know what I mean? It's like, what? So he's like trying to kill himself? This was never really explained, but some people theorize that the mask salesman is part of the Dark Tribe that created Majora's Mask, that story that he told us about, Dark Tribe that originally made Majora's Mask and his powers were so terrible that they hid it away or whatever. So that he is actually one of those people, and that he's trying to atone for his sins of his people or for himself if he's really one of those people, and he's really that old or whatnot. So other people think that maybe the mask salesman is the mask, like he's the flip side of the same coin, like good versus evil, but not strong enough to stop it or whatnot, and so he's trying to figure out how to accomplish this, thus he got Link's help. It's a very Japanese mythology-sounding situation, so it could be possible that this is what is being hinted at here. Or Nintendo could just be trying to mess with your head. Not that they've ever done that before, of course. Now the Gyorg child, the next one, wants 3 masks. Ouch. So this one is a water maze with 6 different possible endings, and all of them lead to gossip stones and then back to the start, except for the correct path, of course. So I have a map shown on the left so you can see which paths you can take. You can go the other directions if you want to see the gossip stones, but like I said before, you can go to our website and look at the gossip stone quotes if you want. Now while there are multiple ways to do this, the easiest way to get the piece of heart is to go right, left, left, left. With Piece of Heart in hand, all that's left to do is go to the end, so go back to the beginning, and if instead you'd like to go chat with all the gossip stones, then use the map I've shown here. You can reach them and see what they have to say. The easiest path to take to get to the child is left, left, right, right. That's the simplest way you can go. Once again, you'll have to give him 3 masks to leave. Oh, I hate you so much. I don't know about you guys, but no matter how many times I play this, I always wince when I give up my masks. I mean, even though I don't really use most of them anyways, and some of them I've only used like once, you know, and then I'm done with them, I'm never going to use them again, I still like having a nice plump inventory, and I don't really want to give them away, you know? We work hard for these things. And, for that matter, what do masks have anything to do with hide-and-seek anyway? Nothing, that's what. So go chase down that Twinmold child, and shove some masks down his throat. Yeah, this one wants 4 of them. Yeah, that's right. I hope you choke on them, dude. Mask thief. You want to be a mask salesman when you grow up, huh? You start off your business by stealing everybody else's? Is that how it works? You're a cheat, and I won't buy any face decorations from you, good sir, and your mask salesman thing. No way. I'm going to go across the street. I'm going to set up my own mask shop and then put you out of business, because mine's going to be better. Then again, that's a lot of work, and I am kind of lazy. So probably not. I'll get over it. So this last child is a series of rooms where you kill the enemies to proceed, and there's some jars here at the beginning that have arrows and magic, so you may want to save them for later, just in case you run low, because it would be lame to be in the middle of this dungeon and then run out of arrows and you're like, dang it. So anyways, I recommend you save the jars. The first room has a dino foal. It's only one, so it should be really easy for you. The tricky part about this is just that we're in a small room, so it's harder to avoid his flames. So if you miss and he shoots flames at you, you have to like run away or like circle around him or something. Now a single hit with the Great Fairy Sword will kill it, but you can also use the Goron Mask to perform a Goron Pound, which will also kill it in a single hit. After it's dead, leave the Rainbow Room and you'll find a Gossip Stone. You can check out this thing in passing if you like with the Mask of Truth, and then enter the next door. The third room has a Garo Master. You want to Z-target it, you can use your shield to defend, strafe out of the way, and if it warps to you, you want to simply run away and then turn around and hit him. Quickly defend so that you do not get hurt, and then repeat this process. You want to strafe so that he doesn't hit your shield, that way you'll stand there defenseless. So once he's pretty low on health, you can use a jump attack with the Great Fairy Sword to quickly finish him off, and when they die, the Garo Masters explode, so just be sure to either run away or defend against it with your shield so that you do not get hurt. Afterwards, a chest appears on the upper ledge. You want to hookshot to it and open it to get arrows. Then enter the next little room, which has another Gossip Stone. The fifth room holds an Iron Knuckle. These things do massive damage, but with the defense upgrade that we got from the Great Fairy and Great Bay, they aren't so bad anymore. You want to use Z-targeting to get close to taunt it and then back away. Between its attacks, you want to stab it with your sword, and after its armor falls off, you want to run away. Then turn around and target it and repeat. If you have the Great Fairy Sword, it makes this much easier. You can also use bombs or the bomb shoes to attack it as well. However, you probably don't have those. You can also attack it when it's got armor. You can hit it with fire arrows as well. Now the chest that appears in the center has bomb shoes. Now I've gotten these a few times throughout the walkthrough, but I haven't actually used them until now. This is the only point in the game where they're actually required. There's a patch on the wall that we need to blow up, and we'll have to use bomb shoes to do it. You want to stand somewhat in the middle and face towards the crack in the wall, and once you're positioned, you want to whip out a bomb shoe and hold it above your head for about 3 blinks, and then press the button again to send it off. This should break the wall, revealing an eye switch. You want to shoot it with an arrow to create a ladder leading to the next room. And at long last, we have the final piece of heart in the game, granting us the last heart container. Oh baby. This little room has a puzzle in it as well, and the center tile in the center of the ceiling is cracked, so we'll need to use another bomb shoe. You want to stand in the very center, face towards either of the flat walls, and then hold another bomb shoe over your head for about 3 blinks, once again, and then release it. This will then break the ceiling, revealing a frozen ice switch. You need to use a fire arrow to shoot it, which will unlock the door. At this point, if you didn't use the jars at the beginning of the area, you can run back there and stock up on arrows and magic, which are both very important for the final boss. I'm already pretty full, so I'm just not going to worry about it. But like I say, if you're low on arrows, I highly recommend you go back and get them. Through the next door, we'll meet up with the Twinmold child again, and he wants 4 masks. So if you've talked with the other children, then this should be your 4 remaining regular masks. As much as this sucks, you'll see why it's worth it here in just a moment. With all of the other children taken care of, all that's left to do is to go speak with the Majora child underneath the tree to confront the final boss. If you collected all 20 of the regular masks in the game and gave them to the other children here on the moon, then he will then gift you with the Fierce Deity's mask, the final mask of the game and also by far the most powerful. It allows you to transform into a ridiculously overpowered Fierce Deity, a modified model of the adult Link from Ocarina of Time, with a 2-handed sword that shoots the beam blade that was removed from the Ocarina of Time beta. You can only wear this mask in boss rooms, and it makes this coming fight a breeze if you chose to use it that anyway. Now, if you'd like to see some strategies, then join me for the next few videos, and I'll show you how to beat up the demon inside the mask.